Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not tell me what your elder said, or what such and such said on Facebook. Book, chapter, verse, show me what you read, or they gon' look at you when they sing this hook. Respect the persons, 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 respect the persons. You're swinging, boy. Beware the leaven of the Pharisees. They say they're trying to serve two masters. That ain't living water, that's kerosene. You was better off with your Christian pastor. Peace, switch the style again. I slowed it down so you can hear me clear. From Christian fire to Hebrew frying pan. On the King James, you know, it's a cavalier. I'm checking cash like a passmere. He a super brute, but he just a man. Respect the person, turn sodomite. Got you swinging like Tarzan. You a con man to a con man. Got your head spinning like honey spoke. Can't kick it with just like chicken eggs and lizard eggs. Uneven yo. I keep it shaking like a seizure though. Young Carleone can't be stagnant. No actor, but I stay in the scripts. Cause my old man into them fragments. Yeah, I know you look up to him like RealJudah. He sounds good. My sword game's hot iron, baby. Turn foul doctor to firewood. Do not tell me what your elder said, or what such and such said on Facebook. Book, chapter, verse, show me what you read, or they gon' look at you when they sing this hook. Respect the persons, 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 respect the persons. You're swinging, boy. You two-faced, you murder farm. Brothers ask for help, and you just ignore them. Now he telling lies when the Holy Spirit, it ain't the Father. No, it's him you fear. The respect of persons, it got Saul killed. It make Samson weak. It got YASHAYA killed. Yeah, the people exalted the Pharisees, and they freed Barabbas and charged my Savior with heresy. Respect the persons, it leads to death. You from the Father, it disconnects. If I would have obeyed the Father, then there would be no Amalek. If Samson wasn't chasing the cat, there'd be no respect for Delilah. She started out in love, but the money turned her to a liar. She was respecting the paper, he was respecting the nookie. She was trying to see the dough, and he was blinded by the cookie. See me a bar, now nickel, now broad, now can't fake script. It just lip, you might take it, but I can't. So do not tell me what your elder said, or what such and such said on Facebook. Book, chapter, verse, show me what you read, or they gon' look at you when they sing this hook. Respect the persons, 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 respect the persons. You're swinging, boy.
Yo, Shalom family. Our praises to Kahi, the Ruach Kadash, the Holy Spirit. Our praises to Anoki said. That's Ahayah Christ said, the great I am, loving kindness. Our praises to Most of the Lamb, our minister of forgiveness, Yasha, YASHAYA, our Savior. Welcome to another installment of Clear Eyes, No Visine. Man, y'all, what is episode 6? Our praises, our praises. Yeah, you know, we be like a night ahead of y'all, you dig? And so it finally kind of caught up with us, and we can't really much record during the day because, you know, we got all these babies in this little room, you dig? But so we wait till they go to bed, and then we have to watch the lesson with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And so we can't start working on the next one till after that, you understand? And yo, we've been doing that days on end. And then before that, just being up all day and night, just putting stuff together. Okay. And so it caught up with us, we fell asleep, you know what I'm saying? And so we had to record during the day with these babies. So, you know, I had to, make a covenant with them, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully they'll stay quiet back there, And then the little one, he sleep. So, when he wake up, ain't no covenants with him. It's going down, you know what I'm saying? And so y'all might hear him in the background, but it's all love. I hope we can stay focused. We're going to try to fly through it the best we can because, once he get in there, he's an attention grabber, showstopper, and I can't help that, you know what I'm saying? And so we're going to try to get through that. We might pause and y'all might not be able to tell, right? Because I just clip and edit it and y'all won't hear him back there, you feel me? But I might not have time, man, because I got to still edit all this today and, take time to upload and, render, upload, and all that. So, and I don't want to have y'all up late like we were because that affects us, too. And I sure care about y'all. Y'all know y'all got to work and things like that. And so we're going to try to get it on time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Central time. That's what I'm saying. Where we right now. That's my goal. But we'll get it. We'll get it. Man, last episode was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? To me, especially the Elijah part. You dig what I'm saying? It is very, very important. And we're going to get to that. I don't know if we're going to... we should get to that today, how it affected me and my wife in the future. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit is very important, yo. Mm-hmm. The spirit is very important. And we have to do everything we can to nurture ourselves in hearing the spirit. Right? Our character is very important in hearing the spirit. The spirit dwells with a godly character. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. And I know people might think we all ain't on this right thing, but it don't matter. Y'all got to agree on that if you believe the Bible, right? The spirit dwells with a good character. So that's very important. But forgiveness, Brother Elijah might not agree with me, and I understand. I'm not knocking him. I was willing to go into doctrines and stuff, but I'm just gonna go with the leadings of the Spirit and trust that he has a solid relationship with the Father, and the Father's gonna get him where he needs to be all the time, right? And so, but forgiveness, forgiveness, man, because my wife and I have been able to see incredible things, and then when I just look at them and I look back, I can see how forgiveness affects things, has affected me. You understand? Mm-hmm. I came into the truth. I was rapping, street and everything, but it was still a way I didn't go past. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I got in my feelings, as soon as GOCC started jugging in me, you know what I'm saying? My music changed, and you start hearing the N-word in my music. You know what I'm saying? And then stuff like that, because it wasn't because I was just mad. I just was like, these folks are doing that. I'm about to go to the streets, you know what I'm saying, and hide the streets, and the streets talk like that. But the Father told me how to come in and how to move when I first came in. It was because of what someone else did to me and my lack of forgiveness, you feel me, that caused me my music to go. It was still edifying, it was still helping people, but, we repented now, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we won't use certain words for several different reasons, right? But I wasn't using those words in the beginning, and I know where it started when I look at myself in forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? And I forgave them a long time before I stopped saying that. Before I stopped saying certain words in songs, but still, the lack of forgiveness caused me to go away. And sometimes your lack of forgiveness will cause you to go away that you don't need to go for a while, even when you started forgiving. You feel me? Until you finally get the understanding and the reason to get back on the right course. You dig? So forgiveness is important, right? Because we want to limit as much as we can the times we're on a separate course from the Father, right? Mm-hmm. And just because you're on several same courses with the Father don't mean you can't be in a separate course with the Father in this area, right? Mm-hmm. And if y'all trying to be righteous like we trying to be righteous over here, I'm trying to be in line with the Father in all areas, you know what I'm saying? So that account with Elijah was dope, yo. And then that Elijah account makes me think about loving ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Loving ourselves, because y'all saw the adjectives and the description and the discernment I had Elijah, right? And the way we've been brought up in this world, when we hear those things about somebody, we be like, oh, that person there ain't hearing the Spirit. The Father has shown me error. Everybody can hear the Spirit. You see what I'm saying? The Father can talk to you through anyone. Hence, the scripture says we entertain angels unawares. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Angels can influence people. Kodeshi can influence people. You understand? So if the Kodeshi is influencing a goon, right? A dude or female that you know is just not right, right? But they're influencing that person to reach you, right? But because of your prejudices and insecurities and stereotypes, you dismiss, not knowing you were entertaining an angel unawares. You know what I'm saying? And so I just saw a lot of things, because Elijah told us some amazing things through that pen. You know what I'm saying? And he'll tell you himself it wasn't him. You dig? So just putting all those things together, I thought that would be an awesome testimony. What a father thought it would be an awesome testimony to talk about, and we're gonna shed more light on it as we keep on going through these accounts to show y'all that it ain't cap, it ain't just gas. You know, that brother really helped me on my walk, and I'm not gonna never forget that. You know, real talk. Baby, got anything to say before we get this thing cracking?
Thawada, everybody who is continuing to support and contribute. That's through your prayers, financial seeds that y'all sowing, the good feelings y'all sending y'all way. Thawada to everybody that's tuning in and just sending words of encouragement. Y'all know not how much y'all are voices, I should say, of affirmation to what the Lord has revealed to us, i.e., why we even on here day by day, night by night. Okay?
Man, for real.
And so it's all love from the house of RealJudah to you and yours.
Real talk, real talk, real talk. Man, y'all mash on the like button. And I concur with everything my wife say, man. With much love, much dies and thank yous. And then, man, we'll bilingually tell it to you, man. We much appreciate y'all, fam. And so, man, let's get it, though. Man, let's get it. Y'all mash on the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. Hit the bell so you're notified every time we drop something new. If you're new to the channel, you might be wondering what we're talking about sometimes. Understood. What I advise you to do is go check out this playlist right here. Clear Eyes, No Visine. Go check that playlist out. You feel me? And in this series that we doing right here, our Back in Iowa series, if you go check that playlist out right there and just let that thing run, you're going to see the books that we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's the books of remembrances. You feel me? And you're going to see what journey we've been on for the past, 3 years, baby? 3? Yeah. 3 years, 3.5, something like that. And then, you know, you can go check it out, and then you go get the books, right? RealJudah prayers at yahoo.com, and we'll send you the PDFs. We do no stripping. You know what I'm saying? All the books. But I advise y'all to get the books, because you know how times get in society and they shut down stuff. You don't got the PDF, but you got the hard copy, baby. Yeah. That's why we always put their site on there, no matter how they treated us, because we love the Father. Yeah. We believe that he used Benaline to bring our people information. So how would I use my personal feelings and my personal experiences to delay the will of the Father?
Come on.
I pray not y'all don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We have to compartmentalize, like my wife was saying. And we have to do everything in our power not to let any spiritual demon prohibit us from doing those things. That's right. So if you're interested, go through that Clear Eyes No Visine playlist right there, man. It's fire, yo. It's fire. And we try to be relatable, man. I'm not pumping this up. I like to chill and read the scriptures and understand it from a plain, simple way. You understand? We can get deep, you know what I'm saying? But I want to walk with everybody, and I want to learn from everybody. And so I learned the best way to do that is to relate to everybody. And so y'all go through that playlist right there. Check it out, man. I think it's dope. Baby, you think it's dope too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Edifying.
That's right. And go through that thing. Huh?
Try to lead a body edified.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah, you'll go through that playlist and you'll get to this series right here, and you'll better understand the things we're talking about. But I think just going through the series and being a lover of the Most High, you don't got to know the players in this particular topic. We're trying to edify the body on another level. You understand? But to get those books, when you do check out the Clear Eyes No Visine playlist, or even if you don't and you just want to read yourself, brotherhoodofchristchurch.org, brotherhoodofchristchurch.org. And if you prayers, any prayers, you know what I'm saying, any questions, any suggestions, you know, PDFs. If you don't got the paper to get it yourself, they got the PDFs on their site as well for $10 a pill. But I know, you know, it's hard out here in Babylon. You know what I'm saying? I shoot you the PDFs. I ain't doing no tripping. You understand? Real talk, real spirit, RealJudah, right? So RealJudah prayers at yahoo.com if you need anything like that. What are the books of remembrances? What are the books of remembrances? Well, we're going to talk about it through the scriptures perspective. Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Baby, read that.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name.
Yeah, man. And that's the books of remembrances that we're dealing with, you know. And, you know, you might like how you know it, what it is. Like I said, go through that Clear Eyes No Visine playlist, fam, and check out what we've been going through, and you'll see the experiences we've had. Like going to the Benaleem's community who has the Urim and Thummim now, who got these records, right? It's dope, man. Y'all check it out. Some of y'all might know us from music and not knowing what we own. Man, y'all know my personality. I don't really just gravitate to everything. You understand? So, man, check it out. At least check it out. You dig? Revelation 3:18. Because we about to get this thing jumping. Revelation 3:18. Baby, read.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich in white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see.
And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. Clear Eyes No Visine, family. Let's get it. Okay. So we dealt with YASHAYA. Hey, baby. What was one thing? Oh yeah, chicken blood. You gonna tell them about that?
Yeah. How do we kickstart that? That was
we were living in Mikvah, right? That's one of the villages, and something was going on with the laundry machine in the village.
Okay.
And then
Ida, she okay. I got you. So yes, Ida, Koki's wife, Benaleem's grandson. She had offered to do our laundry, which was nice of her, right?
Right.
She had offered to do our laundry, and so she went and did it in another village. Which one? I'm not sure. Do you remember?
Anak.
Yes. So she did our laundry in Anak. Now, in this season that she had did this, we were slaughtering chickens. We were slaughtering and processing our chickens. And so Ida had came up with this bright idea where we normally would like manually do the step-by-step steps to processing, like the defeathering and the washing and all that kind of stuff. She came with this bright idea to throw the chickens in the laundry machines, clean the laundry machines, throw them in there and wash them off, right? Reduce the work. And so I guess what ended up happening, well, this is what she said what happened. She did that part of the processing first in the laundry machines, and then decided to wash our clothes in the machines. That necessarily didn't have to be an issue, right? People throw dirty things in the laundry house all the time and clean their clothes again the next day. The issue was, like, she didn't consider. This is assuming the best of her, right? This is assuming the best of her. She cleansed the chickens in the laundry machine and did not, we're going to say thoroughly, right?
Nah, I ain't going to say thoroughly. Because to say thoroughly means she had to gave some kind of effort to clean it out.
Yeah, like
there was feathers in there, man.
Yeah, it was tough. It was real tough, y'all. She washed our clothes in the laundry machines after she washed the chickens, and then, you know, because we have no electricity except for the greenhouse out there, so there's no dryers. Like when you get done washing your stuff, and even the actual washing machines, they're horsepower. You know, we hook a horse up. There's a gear and shift whatever hooked to the machine, so we walk the horse around in a circle, and it powers our laundry machines. So when you're done with your laundry, you hang it to air dry. And so because she was doing this for another family hours, there was no time for her to complete that part of the process. So she folded our stuff up and put it into a trash bag and had, what was it, Kanan?
Yeah, it was Kanan.
Yeah, and Kanan, and I don't think he has too much of anything to do with this. We'll say it was loving kindness, right? He ended up dropping the clothes off to us, but they were soaking wet. So, you dealing with soaking wet, bloody clothes. Now, mind you, when he drops the clothes off in the trash bag, I don't know nothing. I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, Ida said, they're wet, but she didn't have time, so you just got to hang them. I'm like, okay, cool, And so, y'all, were you at home when I discovered the clothes, or was it something I told you?
You think you told me. I don't remember. But
okay, yeah, the details, this a long time ago, so excuse us if we misrecount details, but I end up going into the laundry bag to hang our clothes to dry, and I was completely appalled at what I saw. I'm like, hold on, it's like I was pulling out articles of clothing, and like, most of them, they had stains, and some were darker red, some were, like the dry blood red. And I'm like, okay, what's going on?
These is whites, y'all.
Hey, and like I told y'all in the previous episode, our mother, mine, biologically passed away not even a year before we had moved into community. And I put my whole family's garments together for her funeral. It was a whole, represent. And so these clothes were also in this laundry bag. They whites, right? And so some of that stuff had like sentimental value to me, And I'm like, what is this on our clothes? So I ended up going to, it wasn't Ida. I didn't confront Ida until I had already, it was Shima. Wasn't it? Yeah. It was Shima. I went to Shima, like, Shima, what's this? And, she was like, she understood, like, okay, this is the chicken blood from the machines. And so what ended up transpiring, long story short, like, Shima felt the way. And my husband or myself don't believe that Shima just felt the way based off of, trying to see that we got justice. But her house and Ida's house, they already had like an existing beef between each other. So this was such an atrocious thing, y'all, that Shima and Ida both being council members. Shima was at me and my husband's house trying to really rally us up to get Ida to do days, to take her to council for what she had did, so that, she could get in trouble for what she did. And, we heard Shima because it was a whole spiel she had with it. We was like, okay, but we wasn't all the way resolute inside that's how we was going to deal with it, because I don't think we had yet talked to Ida.
Yeah, we ain't talked to Ida, and like we said in our last discussion yesterday, my first goal ain't to roast you, you know what I'm saying, and go and put you on a council session, and you know what I'm saying, especially if I don't really know your intentions. What if she made a mistake, you know what I'm saying? But it was bad, I ain't gonna lie. You got concerns of witchcraft. You don't know what folks is doing. I just thought about something. I don't know if we talked about it at the time. Remember how wet those clothes was?
Yeah.
Okay, say y'all, like my wife was saying, the washing machines are powered by horses. You dig? And so you wash it. They walk around for a certain amount of time, wash the clothes. But then after that, you rinse the clothes, right?
Like there's a roller.
Hold on, you rinse the clothes, and then after you rinse the clothes, like my wife is saying right now, sorry. You good? After, there's a roller. There's a roller. There's something that the horses walk around on the same machine, and it rolls like the old school stuff. And you put the clothes through it, and it pulls the clothes through and wrings it out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't understand how you got bloody water and bloody feathers, and you have to. This is the process.
Yeah.
This is not something that you just don't do.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to dry. Because you know how long it will take for your clothes to dry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is the process that we're supposed to do. And so I don't understand this, to be real. I don't know if we talked about it or even thought about it. Like I said, this place was stressful.
I mean, I in the inception, I definitely thought two things to what you're saying. There is no way she completed the whole process because of how wet the clothes were. That's number one. Number two, when I'm pulling the clothes out the bag just to simply hang them, there is no way I'm able to observe these clothes more than someone who folded them the way she did and put them in the bag, and you not caught that.
Come on,
you didn't catch that. So I observed from the inception, like, okay, I expect her to pull up at mikvah, you feel me, at the bottom of the hill and say something, because how you don't know that this looked like this, and I do. But like, yeah, come here, boo. But like we saying, we have been over there how long, baby, by the time this had happened?
I don't even think the South Africa group was there yet. I don't remember any of them being in mikvah at that time. They could have been. I don't know. It was right at a year, a little bit over a year.
So we done a lot of purification, a lot of repentances, a lot of learning about the spirit of forgiveness and purifying and repentances and stuff like that. Because if something like that would have happened when we first walked in there, I can't guarantee that we would have responded to it the way that we did. You see what I'm saying?
Real time.
And so some of y'all listening to what we saying now, like, it couldn't have been me, and I feel you. But it's like, she did that, and we had a council member approach us to try to railroad her for it. And the process that the Lord had led us on by time this had happened, we was at a place of like, okay, let's see what Ida's talking about before we just take Shema's counsel and try to railroad her. Because what, like my husband said, what if it's a genuine mistake? You see what I'm saying? If there's room for ignorant error. You see what I'm saying? And so what ended up happening was, I ended up talking to Ida because we were leaving the village one day, and she met us in the entrance, and I asked her, I was like, Ida, there was all kind of chicken blood and stuff in our clothes, like, what happened? And she was like, at least if she wasn't being sincere, she put on a very good facade. And she said, I am so sorry, like, that was a complete accident. She ran to me what happened about her going to the village and helping out with their chickens and rinsing them in the, like I told y'all, the washing machine, etc. And what must have happened was she explained like some type of compartment that is, I don't know if she said is at the base of the machines or at the top underneath the circular part that rotate. But she said what must have happened was when she rinsed it out, she didn't go and clean out all of the parts that caused the blood, you know.
So what I say is, like, we chose to forgive, right? I don't know if I chose to believe. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I chose to believe.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you and forgive you, right? Because accident or on purpose, you did it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, one might say, man, assume the best. I am assuming the best, right? But what's hard for me, with me even assuming the best, right? This is high level. I can't even call it negligence, right? This is high level inconsideration, right? Or high level devaluing. Put it like that. High level devaluing, because I don't see how you run it through the little rollers, y'all. You gotta run one article of clothing through at a time.
Honey. She didn't do that.
And you supposed to.
Yeah.
That's part of washing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I thank her for washing our clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate what happened. But I'll let y'all let that marinate in your mind, because I'm keeping it real. I forgave her. I just didn't believe her.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe someone that did something like that, right, then you know you'll have a concern inside. You know what I'm saying? That they're, you know, not just because of that one moment. Y'all heard all these things that we talked about. Mm-hmm. This same woman, Ida, was involved in those things, of things of hate.
And that right there is an indictment to you brothers who, we didn't even tell y'all all of this, number one, which is another showcasing that we not trying to railroad them folks. But the stuff that we did tell you, and now to learn that this happened too, it's an indictment on y'all who got this disposition against us that we ain't forgiven. This is the kind of stuff that was happening to us. And like my husband said, I'm in full agreement. It don't mean that we believed her, right? Because she done had too many instances in the past where she done shown herself to be against us, right? But one's made a conscious decision to forgive.
To forgive.
Because, again, like we told Benalim and his counsel at the inception, we are there on the strength of Mozart's work for us. And so we wasn't about to allow something or somebody else who was coming in another voice, which is not the Lord's, to deter us from that work. So when I say we literally were being slapped on either side of the cheek and continuing to turn both ways, that's exactly what we was doing. So that's an indictment against y'all that's claiming unforgiveness.
Right. And so I think I'm gonna leave it there when it comes to our experience in community before it got to the level of starting to consider to leave. You understand? And so now we're going to fast forward a little bit, right? I'm trying to make sure I don't miss nothing, because yesterday on the Elijah story, I fast forwarded to tell y'all about. So yeah, I'm going to back up a little bit, right? Here what I'm going to do. Here what we're going to do. We're going to move forward to where I confirmed Koki was dealing with racism. That's where we're going to go, right? I already spoke on that conversation in the last episode. Well, not the last episode. In the last time we spoke on these things before we started this series right here, it was the episode titled "The False Image of Christ, Part 2, The War on Israel." But in short, Koki stated that black people don't work as hard as white people, and black people struggle to live the life they live in community. I responded, I've been living here for almost 2 years, Coke, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Coke responds, yeah, only you. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone else. I understand folks left. I don't understand him. I understand folks left, right? Some of my people left, right? But other people left too. Other nations left too. White folk left. Black folk left. I don't really know no Native Americans that stay up there. You know what I'm saying? It's not really the but whatever, right? So I told him I thought that his thought process was ignorant. I mean, I said it to his face. I didn't wait to come home and make the video. I said it to his face, right? And he kept defending it. And I told him to his face that was racist, right? And ignorant, and he needed to repent, right? Man, y'all. Okay, let's keep going. I went and told Benalim about it, right? Because at this point, I'm concerned, right? I've been concerned, but now them feelings change, right? My feelings starting to really change. You dig? And now when I look back, that's Mozart. That's the Messiah. You feel me? I've been saying what he had me say the whole time we've been there. I've been feeling what he been having me feel the whole time we had been there and doing. You dig? So I guess my wife as well. So I guess we be's acceptable, right? So at this point, when I'm hearing this racism stuff and I go talk to my wife, all the languages start changing. You know what I'm saying? The father start instructing us different. You understand? So, yeah. Why done brought my family to? Huh? So I said, I'm going to talk to Benalim about this, right? Benalim at first says it was ignorant. How could you not? After I tell you what we talked about, how could you not, right? Mm-hmm. But then he comes back and starts agreeing with Koki, trying to explain why Koki said it. Okay, this is a problem. Why do I assume he switched up? Because I went back and told Elijah what Koki said. I ain't keep it a secret. I went and told other people of our people what Koki said. What you mean? Yeah, I did.
Weren't there witnesses?
Yeah.
Is this in the corner?
No, this was this was me. Remember, me and Koki was on our porch.
Oh.
Remember that? That's when he said that. And then when I went up, I came right inside and told you.
Grass?
Yes, I came right inside.
It was hard on him.
It was hard.
It was hard on him.
I went right inside after Koki said that stuff. I went right inside and told my wife, this dude done went and got racist. You feel me?
I'm not messy, but you know how we talk, it's expressive. I'm messy. So I went and looked out the window like, let me see Koki's responses in his body language. And Koki was standing right next to our house, kicking the grass, shaking his head like something heavy was on his mind. I'm like, yeah, baby, he know what he said.
He done ran his mouth.
He over there thinking now. Yeah.
Remember I told you, he don't really say feel do be. Right? So he done ran his mouth, and hey y'all, listen. I was genuinely trying to be cool with them folks. And one of the biggest problems I've had in life, right, is that I ain't really gangster dude. Like when you be around me, like I talk like this and I can't get that way, but I really genuinely try to be cool with everybody. Like I'm friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm friendly. You dig? And so when I'm over there with them, I'm being me. Friendly. I just talk like this. And so what happens is, because we are so carnal, right? Folks will see me, hear my music, and hear me talk, and they be like, oh man, that dude right there, gangster, man, that boy about to shut shop down. I'm scared of him. Then they meet me and talk to me. Oh, this dude friendly. And because they're carnal, right? They think that I'm some kind of pushover and I'm soft because I'm friendly, right? And then they cross me, and then all that stuff they thought in first day
every bit of gangster
come right back in their memory. And now they going to the police. They going all these things. And now in the Hebrew community, because I ain't touched nobody, but they done went and did something. And I done came back and showed that ain't no dumb Negro, right? And they come back and roasted you. You feel me? And now you remember. You feel me? But I'm not really like that. I'm really cool. And I'm saying that not just to talk about me. I'm saying don't judge Nan book by its cover. I don't care how many pages you turned in the book. You did. Because there is a intro, right? The body of the story and the conclusion. Don't become the whole matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying for anybody. Not just me be scared of me. No, I ain't going to bust the grape in the wine in y'all. And I'm going to pray for you. Mm-hmm. I am. I'm going to avoid you. I'm going to avoid trying to get to that level with you. Why? I'm trying to get to the kingdom, baby. Mm-hmm. My wife, too. Mm-hmm. But we don't come from that. So we've seen things, been done things, and been done to us, right? Mm-hmm. To where we trying to give our people advice. This ain't about gangster. It's wisdom, right? Yeah. You don't gotta be that way. You dig? Just respect everybody. If somebody's loving you, love them back. Black, white. I told y'all when he wake up what it's gonna be.
Oh, he precious. Come here, baby.
Just love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Love everybody. Because you entertain angels unaware. But yeah, he was over there kicking on the grass, man. Boy, that boy was sick. Running your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Beneline comes back and starts agreeing with him. And I guess he was doing it because I had told certain people, you tell Elijah, he was giving folks the blues. Elijah was giving folks the blues already. He got this piece of information because Koki and Elijah was beefing. You understand? Hard. You know what I'm saying? So once Elijah, we knew that Koki had this in him by this point. But now you done vomited out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So now Beneline has to think about his image. See that? Not righteousness. His image. You feel me? We got to change people. People do this. Right? Mm-hmm. Man, I'm getting this public approval right now. Right? Let me go and start saying things to influence the crowd because of my image. Instead of thinking about righteousness. Right? What's righteousness? Well, you know what? Let me talk to my people. And we need to repent about this. Hey, P, let's go sit down and have a sit down so we can talk to my grandson, and give him some advice and educate him. Like the Jewish people do when you ain't said nothing racist?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should do that. Give him some history and understanding, to increase love in your encampment.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am. Not come back and agree. Go ahead, baby.
And also, I think it's the 7 qualities of spirit. You could back me on this. Moses told us that we have to be just as comfortable when we are right about something as when we are exposed to be wrong. And that is when you walking in true humility.
Right. Because that's pride.
Yeah.
That's pride. And it said just to be as comfortable as accepting compliments too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many levels of pride.
False humility.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what happened. He showed a whole level of pride. Not because, I mean, I don't, look, that's a sign of racism as well, right? When such an egregious act happens and you agree with it because of your image, right? That's character. That's a devalue of another people, right? Think about that, right? But Benalim called, when he was telling me, he started trying to explain why Koki said these things, and he began to be racist. Yes, Benalim. I'll tell you what he said. He said, we're an argumentative people. That's what he said. He said, we learn different than other people.
Oh, my goodness.
That's what he said. I still don't know what he meant when he said that, right? But he said it. Listen, mind you, not one time when he uttered this racism did I go off on him, did I call him a racist, or did I check him. He's my elder, and he's the high priest. I listened. I respect my elders. I do. But I did not respect that. And y'all, I come from being disrespectful. You feel me? But I didn't even respond, y'all. The Lord, when the Lord get a hold of me, yo, he'll be directing me in a moment. You will know that the Father got me when you saying some madness and I sit down there and I respond like this. Well, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna think about what you said, right? And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna think about it and talk about it. I'm gonna come back and talk to you about it in a later time, right? When you see me saying that, well, the Lord is telling me, no, you need to be quiet and go back and analyze what this was said right here. It usually means madness, this kind. Yeah. You feel me? Now, this is not just regular madness, because madness will come and I get mad and I respond. No, when he get me like that, it's a spiritual madness. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I told Benalim, right? I didn't react. No. At that point, Benalim showed me himself, right? He showed it fully to me. Either he was racist or he was protecting racism in his community by throwing the victim under the bus. Sabal. Yosef. Well, why are you saying our name? Because, bro, birds of a feather flock together. Bad company corrupts good manners. You see? And, you know, we have to be mindful of that. Right? Throwing the victims under the bus. You right? It's just a respect of persons. You know that song we played at the beginning? Yeah. We don't want to be swinging, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being away. I'm being truthful. I'm not trying to talk down. And I'm going to really try to watch myself and guard myself. But we don't want to find ourselves swinging. You know what we mean when we say swinging. That's just a street way of saying being a respecter of persons and being up under somebody, no matter what they do, wrong or right. Right? That's not what we call to be in Zion. That's not what we call to be anywhere. That's not what we call to be personally or nothing. We may not say nothing, right? We may not be quiet. We may be quiet, right? Because we know that they won't receive the reproval. I understand that. But it's grave error to throw the victim under the bus. Con? That's right. So, yeah, at that point, there was no question what I was dealing with, racism. It came out of the horse's mouth. Con? And I was fed up. See, now they're going to get Peezee. You see that? At that point, they were going to get Peezee. But I thought it was wrong. I did. I thought I was wrong. I was wrong to give him Peezee. So I was really struggling. I was trying not to. Because, I was still learning to hear the spirit thing. And so, but the Lord was giving us signals and signs. And so, what had happened, as did my wife, right? He was giving us signs. Yeah, we had been over there for a year and a half about now at this time. And we hadn't spent the night outside the community one time. Yeah, we had been there straight. We lived there every day. Other people, you know what I'm saying? The white people that Koki was talking about, they were going on trips and vacations to get away. Because it was madness, not just for black folks.
Come on.
Con?
And they tell us this too.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I'm talking about week 2 at a time. Gone. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We was there the whole time because we was there on a mission. But let me tell you something. When this stuff happened, we started looking for reprieve too. Come on, fam. Right? So we took a 4-day break. Our first 4-day break. right before in-gathering, right? Right before in-gathering. When we were gone, we were putting gas because we were leaving. They used a community vehicle to drop us off, right? And we were putting gas in the car for community, you know, where we've been living and working for. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm out there riding horses, you know how you ride horses and herd the cattle. Y'all saw that picture I showed y'all. Yeah, let me show it again. So yeah, I would put in work, you know, and they'll go sell those cattle, y'all. I was doing all that stuff, yo, helping them up castrate the cattle. You hear me, city boy, out there, and he, you know, milking the cattle, taking care of the babies, all that. But it's time for us to go out of town for community, right? And we had to stop for gas, and we had to pay for our gas to go on vacation. You know, no big deal. I'm just saying, nobody else had to pay. I watched. They'll go on community. No, they'll go take them on where they had to go. Absolutely. Well, who you think when Alman was going on them trips, all them people were going on the trip that Alman was going to go pay for his own gas? When they would take somebody to Osceola,
David Green and all
you think he was paying gas?
Yeah, I mean the way he asked us to pay for the gas, I assumed that was just protocol. Oh, that's tough.
We paid for our gas to get to our destination. Now, I'm not going to speak on David Green going. No, I know he didn't pay because Ida was already going out there he went with Ida when she was going out there to go. They would take him when they had to go do something. They weren't paying. Nobody. I remember when he went because I was thinking about going to get my hair twisted up with him. See what I'm saying? So I remember. Nobody else in the community had to pay for their gas, and it's okay. I'm just showing y'all character and how they treated us. And I'm gonna ask you, how do y'all think the Messiah felt about that? You know, some brothers and sisters might feel that we just puffing ourselves up to say that he sent us over there to reprove them, right? So that for judgment, right? Y'all might think we just talking, but if he did, right? If he did, what do you think he felt about that at that moment? To others, they might think it's nothing, you know, but is that all things in common? Because we wanted to go on vacation. I guess we just move forward. We just move forward. It was different. But we ain't complain or even think about it. I'm keeping it real. Did we even talk about it, baby?
Oh, I didn't even think nothing to now.
See that? I just brought it up now. She ain't know I was going to say that. We ain't even think about it, right? I just thought about it now. But while we're putting that gas in the community car, right, the numbers on the pump arrested me like they be doing my wife. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't pay attention like that, but they arrested me, right? I told my wife the numbers, and they meant our time where we are had come to an end.
You want to drop that on the screen?
You remember the numbers?
Yeah, I can get it, yeah.
Okay, what's it? Well, you're going to have to get it.
Yeah, it's like 30, 35.
I think, you remember? I
can get it.
All right, well, when I'm editing it, my wife will get the numbers, and then we'll put the concordance number. It was and put the concordance number it was on. Benalim had put a picture of Brother Yosef and his wife, Amy, on the marker board in the greenhouse like 10 months, I don't know, about 10 months before. I was excited that another Israelite was gravitating to the book. So remember, sis, real talk. Mm-hmm. And you know, it was a few of us in there looking at it, and then, you know, but then about a week or two later, the picture came down off the marker board, and we didn't hear about them again. He didn't talk about him again to me till right before he came for gathering, right? But I didn't know who he was. I figured Benalim showed himself to another one of our people. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be surprised at all. And so that if he stopped, I wouldn't be surprised. But Benalim had that effect on people. So, you know, when I heard the brother was coming for gathering, I was happy because he was still seeking out the truth, right? But I was, you know, my spirit was, you know, what's he doing? You dig what I'm saying? Because he was moving away. Mm-hmm. But I didn't care. You know, all right, Benalim acting funny. It's cool.
It just seems likely with the position that he gave you, Benalim gave you in community, and knowing your reach to the outside world, that he would have yoked you with that brother, you know, it wouldn't have been secretive.
That's true.
Know?
That's 100. But even that, I'm not even coming at that way. What I feel you, right? But I ain't even coming that way because you know what, we be having issues with Benaline. You know what I'm saying? All the time, because he'll try to son you real quick, and you know, only got one daddy. You know what I'm saying? And so, but what I'm saying is when he took that picture down, it was weird. Yeah. There was other pictures that he left up and they stay up. This one he took down. Mm-hmm. You know, we're discerning people. My wife didn't go to the greenhouse all the time. She at home taking care of babies. I'm up there every day. You know what I'm saying? So I peep things. I know how things move. When I saw that, and I was like, that's weird. I didn't think it was weird when it came down. I thought he wasn't fooling with him no more. They might have got into it, and Ben ain't gonna tell me because I'm gonna reprove him. You know what I'm saying? And so, but now I see he coming to end guys, and I'm like, it seemed like Benaline, like, you know, winged him, put one under his wing, right? Mm-hmm. Which is cool. But me knowing Benaline, it ain't just righteousness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, but this, man, the racism stuff that happened, so much more than happened. I'm going to tell you something else that happened. I forgot to tell him something. Say, y'all, we in church one day, right? We in church one day. This is another thing that happened right before we left for our 4-day vacation, right? I'm just showing you character, right? So we in church, and Benaline just sits right next to me and says, Peezee, yeah, man, I was talking to Army, and Army was just saying, like, something about he don't like black people. What are you saying? He said something racist. I forget what Benaline said. It was racist. Like he was insinuating that Army was racist. I don't remember his exact words, but it is the truth, right? It was bad, right? And I'm listening to him talk to me. Y'all, Army live in our village. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's the 33rd degree Mason dude. The other one, not the one that owns the land. The other one. The other one that moved on the land. What up?
Didn't Scott tell you in the beginning that there was someone there that was racist?
Yes, that's what I was talking about. When Scott said there was a Mason that was racist, right? Oh. That's what I'm saying. That's when Scott. Now, when I asked Scott about it later, he kind of not. So maybe whatever. But that's what I remember, right? But he don't got to be what Scott was talking about, right? But this dude was a Mason, and now Benaline come and tell me that he's dealing with racism, right? So, what did I do? I did what Matthew chapter, what's that, 18 and 15 says? I took it to the brother. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I ain't go around start talking to people. Man, I heard Benny do racist. Now I heard I didn't do all that. Nuh-uh. Army was out of town. He was out of town when Benaline did this, right? He was out of town. Army comes back in town the day before we're about to leave. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, I ain't about to do all that. I'm trying to show y'all my character, right? I went and knocked on Army door. I said, Army. Benaline said da-da-da-da-da. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. I just, you know, we're neighbors, bro. And I just want to make sure we good. Because, you know, I'm one of those folks he said you against. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no. He was like, no. And, you know, and I was like, hey, I'm just coming to you.
I'm sorry. How close was this to the in-gathering gossip was supposed to come?
You remember?
I'm asking you.
I'm telling you, it was like Army was out of town. Then he came back. I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to answer your question by telling the story. Watch this. Then he came back. I told him, right? The next day, I'm going to the greenhouse. Remember I'm riding the horse? Yeah. I'm going to the greenhouse, right? Millie? Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, she was clean, y'all. He used to look good. I was riding the horse, and I'm walking up to the greenhouse. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I see Army, and Army come up to me. I'm like, what up, Army? He said, yeah, I'm about to go ask Benaline about what you said. I said, let me tie the horse up. I want to be in there when you ask him. Hold up. You see that character? I wanted Army to make sure he understood that I wasn't gossiping. So when you go and ask this man what I brought him or what I brought you, I want to be right there looking in everybody's face when it says, so won't nobody think that this dude was doing none of that. Because look, we dealing with racists. You understand me? Mm-hmm. We dealing with racists. And so now that I know we dealing with racists, that this is So Army goes on the inside. We go on the inside and ask Benaline to sit down and speak, right? And Army goes up and tells him everything I said. You know, I'm just standing there. And Army said everything I said. Do y'all know what Beneline said? Beneline turned to me and said, I'm a divisive person. I'm causing division. I said, whoa. I said, Beneline, what do you mean? How am I being divided? You told me that. He said, yeah, but why did you go and tell me?
Oh my gosh. Some things are meant to be kept in secret.
Right. I'm like, because, Beneline, you just told me that there's a racist living in my... I have my family there.
He's out of his mind.
I have my family there. I'm about to go make sure you're telling the truth. Or you are discerning correctly. Right? And so I asked him. Beneline responds, oh, I was going to take care of it. I said, no, Beneline, you're not. I take care of my family. You got me bent. You feel me? And he just got quiet. What are we going to say to that? Who? Again, I'm going to ask y'all brothers that be all up under Beneline. Is that how he do, y'all? He going to tell you how to take care of your family? Is that what it goes on? I'm here to tell you, family, that's not righteousness. It's not righteousness. He's a liar. I'm not having a liar lead my family when the Father put me here. Right? Absolutely not. Right?
Honey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
How soon was that to Yasif coming to the end gathering?
4 days, 5 days. Remember?
Okay, so do you see what's at work here?
Mm-hmm.
What was the narrative at the very end of community on us?
That we were unrepentant.
And we were
racist.
And you see him stirring this right before Yasif gets there.
Oh.
Just now thought about it.
Yeah.
Probably the Ruwai.
Yeah.
See that? You think that's a coincidence?
He played you, Yasif.
You think that's a coincidence?
Boy, he played you, man. He played you. He played you, fam. He played you. Like me and my wife sitting here talking to you like right now. He played you. I know he played you when it comes to Jamal. He playing the feelings in you. Right? Come on, fam. Hey, y'all feel me. Y'all feel what I'm saying. Like, I got partners that, we're going to have a grown folk conversation right quick. Right? So, again, y'all hop out the mud. I ain't said, y'all hop out the mud. Sip on your living water. You know what I'm saying? Go sit up here with the gods, with the Elohim, the Ahayah. Let's have a big grown folk conversation right quick. I don't have biases, right? I have a lot of different kind of people that I deal. I have. Everyone has biases. Let me say it different. I don't have a bias in this situation right here. I got a lot of different friends that have different types of wives, right? Mm-hmm. And different types of husbands.
Your wife's family.
Yes.
A lot of my family is white.
Yes. So I don't really have an issue here. I have experience, discernment, right? And so my brothers and sisters out here, and I'm talking about black folk, white folk, anybody that has experience in what I'm talking about right here, right? When black folk, it's usually a black man that's dating a white woman, right? They get certain type of opposition to their relationship from black folk, right? Opposition to their relationship from white folk. And so in my experience with those people, they have a certain insecurity in those situations. And some of them is very much valid, right? I'm not saying they tripping. It's very much valid. They can be treated away because of their interracial relationship, right? But we have to also understand that as an injury, right? So they can also cause insecurity. You can see ghosts, right? You can see ghosts. Or you can see the real thing, right? So what I'm saying is, Yasser, Beneline played you. He played you. They were racist the whole time. And we were trying to help them. And then when they went to, this happened right before you came, when I'm talking about this Koki thing and him showing he was a racist and he had racist views. You know what I'm saying? And so then he's on the phone with you at the time. I know he is. I know how y'all relationship is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cry on the phone together. Right? So I know how y'all relationship is. You really joined with that man. Right? Hey, y'all, when I'm speaking about Yasif, I want this to be clear. I want y'all to watch our character on here. Mm-hmm. Like, we've told y'all what ones did that's an error, and I tell you what ones that they right. Mm-hmm. And as this account go, I'm going to tell all. Right? Yasif I believe he's a man of God. I believe he's a man of God. Y'all see the dream he got? The prophetic dream he got? Mm-hmm. And the next day, it came to pass? So, trust. I hope y'all are listening sipping on your living water. You dig what I'm saying? So that you can see something and judge it righteously.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
That's toward all the brothers and sisters that we done mentioned. Whether they council members in the 22nd, Benalim himself, they all been designated and ordained to play their role. The sole thing that we are highlighting is how they have fallen from what the Most High is calling them to do. Not that the Most High hasn't called and chosen them.
I hope that's very well understood, right? Same thing when I speak on Sabal. I respect Sabal's ministry. Sometimes I listen. When I first got these books, I listened all the time, right? What lessened me listening to this is character. Not that what he's kicking, you know what I'm saying? And then the Father, you know, he want to feed me. So I got enough on my plate, you did? So I'm not knocking them boys and saying like this, that, and the third. What I do say is I be mindful of who I follow, and I'm speaking on me, and I'm not telling anybody what else to do. I'm speaking on me and my wife, right? Be mindful of who we follow, because I understand that I'm going to take on feelings for that person, right? Take on ways with that person. Could be deceived by that person, or just follow that person just doing what they do and I think it's right, and they take me into a ditch. So I'm very mindful of who I'm following and make sure that they are always following the Most High. You see what I'm saying? That's just real. I think that's good advice for anybody. You always should be checking on your spiritual leader. Not checking to see if he's, you know, trying to get him caught up or nothing like that. But, you know, pay attention, discern. That's just not your spiritual leader. Everybody in your community, you should always pay attention and know everybody. Not everybody going to tell you what they're going through. Not everybody going to tell you that they're struggling. We should pay attention to our loved ones. How do we pay attention? Love them. Love them. And when you see these things, sometimes you need to speak up and stand up and give approval. You need to make sure the people that are following you are always giving people around them approval, or you're following. They're always giving people around them approval and accepting approval. And sometimes it takes discernment to see that. And you can't be a respected person to be able to accomplish that. Why? Because you're going to listen to what they say and ignore the truth. Y'all going to see what we're talking about, right? So I ain't chopping up Yasif. Benalim has that effect on people, right? So we're realizing so much right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we got that language, right? And so when I heard the brother was coming for in-gathering, I was happy. So where am I at? So remember I told y'all Benalim can try to prop ones up, right? He was doing it to me all the time. He did it to other people. He did it to my wife. You know, just he can, for his own personal gain, he can do that. But it's really to make that person become a yes man. You know what I'm saying? It's really to make that person become a yes man. We saw it many times. People in the community told us that has been his resume. You see? That has been his resume. We're speaking on these things because this has been a problem. RealJudah is not unique. We're not sitting out here saying, look what they did to us. We could have had a bad attitude. We could have triggered them. You know what I'm saying? So many things could have happened. You know, real talk. We're saying to you, this has been a problem. Right? We have just been called to call it out. You see? I hope y'all can see. Right? So he has a system of have and have nots. Right? That is the feeling of the community. People say it.
His council members said it.
Council members say it. Right? So the council's divided. Y'all remember what we read the night before last? About division? What Moses said, if you're not one, you're not mine. Say y'all. All y'all that been and lived that community for an extended time. I don't want y'all to say nothing if you agree with me. Right? I want y'all that don't agree with me, right, to tell me that there is that does not apply to them. That they're one over there, right? If you can't say that, and what we all been there saying is true, who do they belong to? You see what I'm saying? Does it mean that the Father don't deal with them at all? No. He deals with everybody as much as we'll allow him to deal with us. But that don't mean you his. You remember? Depart from me. I never knew you. But we did all these things for you, Father. Right? On your name. They thought they was talking to him. They was. But they weren't one. right? Okay. You gotta be a have if you want to stay down, right? You gotta bow down if you want to stay down. I'm telling y'all. You hear me? So why am I saying it? So you can discern when people are boosted up over there. What's going on? Right? When you discern that everything they endorse over there and you ain't hearing no reprovals, right? You're just being told to go over there, you can know what's going on. Once it's been propped up, right? And it's not a sin to be propped up. But when I know when I know somewhere that they propping someone up to use you, right? I start questioning your character when you stay propped up. You see what I'm saying?
Right. What you done acquiesce to.
Because I know that when you reprove, then don't lie to yourself and say, oh, well, I reprove with loving kindness. Oh, really? Because I just told y'all we just did. Right?
Well, I mean, Yasif reproved them with the reindeer dream, and somebody passed the next day. So come on now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Is it effective?
Yeah. See? Did you give up? I'm gonna stop. Right? So what I'm saying is, I know when they prop you up, right? What it is, right? Am I lying? Former community members. So it was easy to see he was propping Yasif up at the end gathering. It was easy. I wasn't bothered with Yasif. Again, our people was there, right? But I ain't gonna lie. At this time in community, I wasn't the same Peezee that my wife either that we've been since we've been there. So I was just really participating, and I was watching things happen in my face, and it was getting disgusting. Y'all know that feeling? Disgusting, right? Even watching how he was operating with Yasif. You know how I did in Righteous? Disgusting.
Put that emoji on the screen.
Disgusting, right? Yasif, you know it's not cap. What'd you tell us on that phone? It was just me and you. I think, white baby, was you on the call?
What was said?
When Yasif said he didn't like how Benalim was talking down on Sabal, it wasn't loving and kind.
Nah, I didn't hear that.
It might have just been me and you, Yasif. You remember that? Remember that was in gathering. So you know, so you know I ain't talking down right here. I'm not making nothing up. He was riding around with you, devaluing Sabal to you, and you didn't feel it was right.
Until that man, Benalim, that is, repent, a lot of them relationships y'all have with him is only skin deep. Man. And I feel so sorry if you think it's something that it's not. Man.
Remember that?
Especially after you've been told.
Remember that, Yasser? Did you tell Sabal? You told Sabal, right? Sabal, you remember that? You know, right? You don't know? I don't know. I know you told me, Yasser, you didn't like that character. It wasn't a good character. You remember how that was Benalim that you were telling us me about, right? Yeah, that's what he does. He was propping you up, and he was devaluing someone else because you were his man now. So I know you told me what he was talking about Sabal. Was he talking about me too? Because I don't know if you told Sabal what he was saying about him, and you didn't really much tell me what he was saying about me until later, right? So I'm not saying that to accuse you. I'm saying that if he was doing that talking, we're showing you, right? That he was gaming. He was dividing. Like I told you he was going to do when we first started talking on the phone. Y'all remember Sabal and Yasif? You remember? My concern was only that he was divisive. And so now we're looking back and I'm trying to show you things that were happening that y'all admitted to. You came to me talking about how Benalim was talking about Sabal. Did you tell Benalim? Did you reprove him? Did you tell him he was lacking in some form or fashion? I'm saying these things because of character and what the Father expects from us. Character. I know it's an elder, but our Bible tells us what to do about that. You know, I ain't going to too much scriptures, put them on the screen because we got a lot to cover. But if the scripture, what's up?
That was denied too, unfortunately. Remember, it was told that he was supposed to go up there with you. He was supposed to go up there with you.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, look, what I'm saying is that the scriptures tell us how to reprove an elder, right? It says come with 2 or more witnesses, right? Come with 2 or more witnesses. And so I'm just letting you know scripturally what I was trying to get us to do in the spirit. Moses told me to draw nigh to the 23rd. And so just keep going. But I'm just trying to say that when I'm trying to tell y'all how to operate with a liar, right? I was trying to love. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to love y'all. And I wasn't just telling y'all what to do. I explained to y'all everything that was going on. And as y'all going to hear people, right? The Spirit told y'all in there, Kodeshi and other people, right? And so it's very important to understand that we can have spiritual gifts, right? But if we do things that connect us from the Father, or we do things that limit ourselves from hearing, and, you know, in the book Remembrance of Our Ancient Grandmothers, in the appendix, it was Kavah. You know, Eve, she was speaking. She said, if you put your hand over the glass, over the jar, you can't pour the Spirit in. You're only going to have what you have in the glass. And, you know, the Father always got more to tell us. You see what I'm saying? So I want y'all to pay attention from that aspect. Not from receiving tea. Because the Father is like, this is a big time right here that I don't even know the magnitude of. And he's saying our character is how we get the blessings of Psalms 91. You see? Huh? You know, what's that Proverbs what? Blessings of the Lord?
Oh, Proverbs 10:22.
Proverbs 10:22. That's how you get the blessings of the Lord.
And make it one rich
and added no sorrow to it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get that. The character. Right? And so I want y'all to really see that, because we're about to go into another phase. Now we talking about our people, right? Israelites and Gentiles that come from out here. But it's going to be Israelites. Most of the Israelites we were dealing with right here, right? And character. See? The Father took us there for a whole reason, so that when we're done, right, we're going to have a playlist, right? And you can send to people about character. It don't got to be about knowing that person. There's things that were said on here that were done by holy people that disconnect them, right? And those things will be a problem in our future if we don't recognize them, so we can do things not to allow them to happen. Khan? That's right. So but no, I wasn't bothered by Yasif at all, man. His family was cool. They enjoyed themselves. We at the end gathering, we out there making music. You know, I mean, you know, just doing our thing, right? So but it was Benaline that was bothering me, because I could see him. You know, I could see what he was doing, and it didn't feel good. It was divisive. And, you know, Yasif is my people. Him and his whole family, they're my people.
Yeah, I joined with Amy. His wife, Amy, was super cool. Me and her had thorough conversations. You know, them conversations where it seemed like, for us to be talking about this, we probably should have known each other a little longer. But you catch that vibe with somebody. So, no.
There are people, you know. And so, like, I was bothered by how Benaline was being divisive. And you know how you just meet somebody? I was in a conundrum. That's my word for the week. I was in a conundrum with Yasif, right? Because I could really tell when I was in his face that Benaline was propping him up. I didn't know how well and close they were. I didn't think that deep. But I could tell Benaline was propping him up. And I didn't know him well enough to go and tell him what I was going through, because that, you know, how is that going to work? You know what I'm saying? So I was in a place, and I didn't know how it was going to work out. Before Yasif left at that end gathering, he came and talked to me, and he was like, you know, I just felt like he was Benaline influenced when I look back on it now. But at that time, I was listening to him, and he sounded so, you know, like unaware, right? Which wasn't a surprise to me. Right, and then so I kind of try to say some things. I tried to say some things to bring awareness, right? Gently, you dig, and let him know, because he's a brother that looked like me. Like we come on, fam, to let him know gently and kindly that it ain't what it looked like. You see what I'm saying? Man, y'all. Benaline knew I knew who he was. And now he was playing politics. You see? It started back Elijah's house, you remember? Well, no, you know what? That's right, I'm messing up. Because all that Elijah stuff with that dude passing on, that happened after this. That's why Ingathering came first. Remember I told you I had a suit before? That's why I'm messing up. Yasif met Elijah at this Ingathering as well. Right? This before all that getting kicked out happened, he met Elijah at this Ingathering too. And they met each other, and they were cool. They got along. You see what I'm saying? And so he got a chance to meet. Like, it was no issues. They were cool too. And so we oh man, the stuff is crazy, right? But I was trying to ignore Benelim through that in-gathering and just kept on trucking through the in-gathering. Well, during in-gathering, we go to the altar to renew a covenant every year. We go to a covenant altar, renew a covenant. That morning, I was taking a walk back to the village to get my white clothes for the altar, right? Well, on my way to the village, remember y'all, we've been there for a while now. This is we're getting towards our exit. My spiritual awareness is jumping up. I read these books, y'all. Let me tell y'all my day. I'll go out there and work with them all day, and I come home and be up all night studying. You feel me? Getting a lesson together, because we don't have time to study. That's what they knew me for in our community. They'll wake up at 2, 3 in the morning, our candlelight be up. I'll be up there reading. You dig? Barely sleep. So, I was growing in my spiritual awareness, just peeping things. And so I'm walking back to the village one morning. And on my way to the village, I saw a horse walk up to a dead opossum, right? And sniff it. Horses feel obedience, right? If you look in your handbook of established righteousness, the nose that's not in the handbook, but we found that body part list. The nose feels humility, right? And what does a opossum feel, baby? I'm gonna put this on the screen right here. All right, read that, baby.
Opossum, use wisdom, don't rise to the bait.
Use wisdom, don't rise to the bait. You see that? So look, that whole time I'm watching Benelim operate, right? And it's bothering me, right? And Eric Kodesh, you see him operating too, right? So they give me that language right there, and I'm walking, and it's like an hour walk from the altar. It's a long walk.
Oh yeah.
You feel me, to the crib, and I got to go there. I got to go there and back, right? Mm-hmm. So use wisdom, don't rise to the bait. What would Eric Kodeshi telling me? Be obedient and humble, and be wise, and don't rise to the bait, because it leads to death. Oh my, that's what I felt when I saw that, because the possum was dead. It must have rose to the bait. See what I'm saying? So you need to be obedient. So we had just got that language when we went on that 4-day thing. And we didn't understand. I'm telling you, I'm trying to show y'all how the Lord speaks to you. He will tell. What does Scripture say? He'll tell you over and over. You don't get it?
Oh yeah. He speaketh once, a man perceiveth not. He speaketh even the second and third time, man still don't perceive it.
So you feel me? So he up here trying to hit us with these signals. You dig? And so we done got that message at the gas pump. I didn't understand. Now I'm walking over here and I get this message. He's telling me, I told you what's coming. Be obedient, be humble, and be wise, and don't rise to the bait, because they're baiting you. Mm-hmm. They're baiting you. And I have a mission for you. And your mission here is done. Huh? Right? He knew we weren't about to leave right then. The Father know that, they don't get it. He got a date when he wants you to do something. Mm-hmm. You hear me, y'all? The Father got a date when he wants you to do something. Best believe he been telling you them things way back. You feel me? Way back. And you been, I don't get it. And finally you get it. He said, yeah, right on time. Now it'd be the next day. That's the date he had for you. And you go do it. Right? So he told us that way back then and we weren't getting it. But he know. And how I know we weren't supposed to leave yet? Because, we went out to Oklahoma with Yasif and Jamal and Malcolm and did that 4-way fire and did that stuff in the Spirit. Mm-hmm. He was counting us down, but preparing us for his exit. I want y'all to understand, this is not just, I want y'all to get the spiritual things, right? Because we're reading in these books, and sometimes we just be reading, and I know when I was reading it for years, I didn't understand, like, how did dude talk to the Messiah like that? Like, what that look like? You feel me? So I'm trying to explain to y'all what it looked like. The Messiah can appear to you in person, right? And you see him. That's crossing over to the third station. I've never done that, right? But you can cross over to the first station. And the first station is being in the presence of the Messiah. And that's when you receive his light, right? And I've done that so many times. You've done it so many times. Everyone out there, but we don't recognize what we're doing. And we don't recognize what's going on. So I'm trying to help y'all recognize. so that y'all can grow that spiritual fruit. And that same voice that Messiah is talking to in your spirit within you, that's the Holy Spirit within you. Well, the Eric Kodeshi got the Holy Spirit within them. That's the same Christ. He's the eternal Christ that's in and through all things. Right? So that Eric Kodeshi, that tree, that grass, them clouds, that sun, they got Christ in there. They got a different form of Christ's love in there, Christ conscious in there. You understand? And they talk to us. You see what I'm saying? They give us messages. They give their life for us. That possum gave its life for me. That's how real it is. It's real in the field, fam. But you know, when you hear it, like, bro, Pete, man, Pete, you just walk by a dead possum, bro. You're doing too much. You're too deep. Deep. No. Okay. All right. I ain't about to argue with you. Right? Boy, that's the language I received from there. Right? And man. And, you know, Moses can show you better we can take. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of death? I don't know. What kind of death? I don't know. Remember, y'all, this is before all that Yashav and Elijah stuff. Right? This is all before that when we talk about the death and all that, kicking them out. This is before that. I was just trying to tell y'all about Elijah, and I skipped 4 last episode. I skipped 4 last episode. Now we're coming back to get caught back up, right? So I don't know what kind of death I'm seeing this Eric Kodeshi speaking. I'm still a baby at this, but this language was clear to me. I'm walking up. The possum on the opossum is on the ground, right? Horse walks right in front of me. Usually horses don't just, you know, they walk right in front of me. Like I wasn't nothing and it sniffed it right in front of me. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, okay, so that's what I got. And I knew it had to do with whatever Beneline was up to because of what been going on all in gathering. Right? I had left early in the morning, so I left before my wife was up, right? When I got back, my wife told me what she heard in the night. Ari, tell them.
Okay, so I was early pregnant at this time, and so I had my reasons for waking up throughout the night. And I had woke up like most people in the campsite was asleep at this time. But I heard like it's like a Chewbacca type sound, like, and it said it do that over and over and over again, and it's a screech owl. And baby, can we pull up what screech owls feel?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, it's I'm gonna put it on the screen, y'all. It's right there though. What did it say? God is announcing the presence of the adversary.
Okay, so everything hubby just told y'all about the setting and the feeling of this gathering, of in-gathering we had. So with the discernment that the Lord done gave us, we can already sense that there's something wrong here. And then living in community as long as we have been living there and knowing Benelim's divisive ways and tactics, he was again showing himself to be active with Brother Yasif and his family. And so when I heard that, and I had to go look it up again to see what it felt, because it was too pronounced. You know, when something is just arrests you, you know, okay, Most High speaking. And when I looked up inside the definition, I was like, oh, there it is. There it is.
See?
You know?
So the Eric Kodeshi was warning my wife and I. And because of what we had been going through in community, we had an idea of what the Eric Kodeshi were telling us. Mm-hmm. So we paid attention. Remember, so now we're going to the altar for the covenant. It's a ceremony, right? Mm-hmm. Every ceremony starts with the righteous fire. Mm-hmm. Y'all know we've been telling y'all about this fire. You know, this fire. Like I don't know, y'all that watch most every episode, right? I say the Eric Kodeshi that spoke the loudest and that showed the most wonderful things that I can recognize, right? Because that I can remember too. Is Debariel fire.
Yeah, she gonna tell it.
She gonna tell it, yo.
And what's so cold about Debariel is it states that the Lord lives in her continuously. So anytime we see a righteous fire, Christ is there.
He in there. You know what I'm saying? So, man, every ceremony starts with the righteous fire, right? Mm-hmm. That means the Holy Watcher, the Bariel, would speak at the beginning of the ceremony, like we talked about earlier, mm-hmm. like earlier episodes. You know, the ear coming in the fire, mm-hmm. right? We've seen the fire tell stuff. Our shepherd's crook, yeah. right? The Eric Kodeshi tells us what to look forward to dealing with that covenant for the year. That's what they're doing, right? Y'all know what the fire showed a picture of.
Bruh.
This right after my wife and I got those languages from Eric Kodeshi.
This was the night before. This screech owl, y'all, was the night before.
I saw what I saw in the morning of it because I was going to go get my whites.
It's too much
for the altar, right? The fire showed a picture of Mount Sinai blowing up like it did in the book of Remembrance of Moses.
Splitting in half.
And then blowing up.
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy-O.
Okay.
Hey, Daddy-O. Hey, Daddy-O. Man, book, chapter, and verse before you say all that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, look, if y'all read the book of Moses, you know what I'm saying? Wow, yo, it's crazy, yo.
And again, go back to an episode or two before where we told y'all Ben-Alim came to our house over the Shout Shin Hawk. And we told him that the Lord revealed to us that judgment was coming because his encampment was divided. And that's exactly what this fire showed. Yo, you got division in here.
So the fire showed a picture of, my baby, it's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
The fire showed a picture of Mount Sinai blowing up like it, or, you know, it split up and then it blew up. That's what the fire showed. Just imagine the fire code doing that. And I think it was Amen that was the firekeeper that day. He that's, we need to be careful. You know how he talk.
Oh.
You know, it was concerning. Yeah, it was concerning. Listen, Brother Yasser was a witness to this revelation.
Oh, that was there.
He was there. Even the whole family, they were there. They saw it. You know what's crazy, y'all? About 3 or 4 months after that, we were having a discussion about things going on in the community in the church. I'm jumping up real quick. And I brought up the fire. I brought up the fire because we're trying to say there's division here, right? You know, we was always trying to reprove. There's division here. Do you know that they said that the fire didn't say that? Yasser, you know they said that, Yasser? That the fire didn't say that. Except Osni.
Yeah.
You know the one that said the N-word? Except him. He got the surfer dude thing to him. He was like, I thought that's what we got over there at the altar, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm like, I mean, look, it's spiritual, y'all. You see that? These are spiritual conditions. How did Eric Kodeshi speaking to Ben-Alim and they forget?
Come on.
Shema write notes down of what the fire says.
Yeah.
How y'all don't know?
Come on.
This is a spiritual condition.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Some sudden cases of amnesia be intentional. Okay?
Some people think that ones might be church hurt. No. You feel me? I am affected by what they did. Don't get me wrong. But me being mad at them, I have enough understanding. I'm not knocking anybody else, right? But I have enough understanding to know that hating them would not bring me healing. You see what I'm saying?
No.
And so anybody's thinking that once it's church hurt, once again, you're lying to yourself and not wanting to hold on to truth. That if you're dealing with that over there, as of this moment, they operate like devils. You understand? That's just what it is.
And all that lack of forgiveness and church hurt, butt hurt, whatever you want to call it, that's gaslighting, and we're not going to be gaslit.
And I'm going to keep it real with you. The more you act like that or insinuate those things or tell those things to people in the grapevine, right, the more I feel bad for you and know that you have really gone left and that you're really dealing with wickedness, right? Because these things that have been said and that you know of, brothers, right, Sabal and Yasser, are true. And we're going to talk about them. And you know it's true. And there's people now that's going to have questions. You understand? And I pray that your character is right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you deny the truth, all they're going to do is think I'm lying. That's all. What's that going to do for me? The Father knows what it is. Again, no matter what y'all think, I'm concerned for y'all. And so I'm not even telling you what to do. You have your agency. I'm showing y'all got played.
And not just got played. It is a pending judgment coming for all of this stuff that we saying they did before we knew who they were and are still doing. And this is the Lord's last minute warning call. Everybody that watched the Independence episode, baby, you read the scripture. He reaching out one last time.
That's right.
Come on now. And so, look.
So now, when this fire come with Sinai coming down, right? Now, me and my wife looking at each other like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because we done got these languages, yo. You hear me? If you read the book of Remembrance of Moses, you know that Mount Sinai blew up when the wicked Israelites tried to kill Moses. Yeah. Yeah, go when you go read the book of Moses. That's why Sinai blew up, right? Because the wicked Israelites, Aaron, and then were trying to kill Moses, who was bringing them the way, who was bringing them the truth, right? But there were other elders, right, that they want to do their thing, and their followers were against Moses, so the mountain blew, right? There was wickedness in the camp. Idolaters in the camp who were encouraging the people to come against Moses and try to kill him. That's why Sinai blew up. You know that, Sabal? You know that. Yasif, you know that. Sabal wasn't there. Yasif, you saw that fire. You heard what they said. And then you study. What you do is, they might not tell you that. They might not show these things, right? But what you do is, when you see a fire like that, you should go and research that fire. What they know is Sinai. We go read up about Sinai. What is the Father trying to tell us, right? And so once might not have had the time to go look into that and look at that, but that's what happened in Mount Sinai when it did what it did in the fire. So the Father was letting us know that there's something resembling the occurrences in Israel. You see how we read that the other day? How it's talking about he was going to liken the Gentiles, the Israel. Yeah, so that's what he was doing with the fire. He was showing the Gentiles, I'm likening you again to Israel. Ooh, man. You see that? Precept. You see that? Yeah. That fire wasn't good news. It was a warning. Wickedness was going on. When Mount Sinai blew, right? Miriam died from that explosion. And Aaron was critically wounded and died from his injury shortly after. Yeah? The wicked were destroyed by Mount Sinai. Right? And that was the language the fire gave. See that? I know y'all knew we might just read the books. I'm giving y'all experiences so that when you're reading the book, right, it will say something like Moses or Enoch made his righteous fire, right? Well, that's what he was doing. They're making a righteous fire to drop their element on during their ceremony. What they do is they light the fire. When it first lights a coal, they look at the coal, and the coal gives a picture, tells them something, right? This, we lived that for 2 years and watched it, and we saw that coal say things and watch it play out. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You dig what I'm saying? So this is what happened with that fire at the altar. And Brother Yasif saw the response of the fire keeper, right? You dig? Why am I saying these things clearly? Because there are some of my brothers and sisters that are going to be leaders in the future, right? And y'all going to watch this stuff from front to back, not to gossip, but to understand. You see what I'm saying? And we're saying something right here. Gossip is a powerful brother in the spirit, right? But if we do things, right, to deny the spirit, intentionally or unintentionally, there are cause and effects, right? All right. So, like I said, I believe that firekeeper was arming that day, and it was not good news. So that ingathering ended, and we went back to our villages, right? A couple months after that ingathering, Benalim announces to the community that he was traveling to Oklahoma to do a ceremony with Brother Jamal and his group. Y'all remember Brother Jamal? Mm-hmm. The brother and his group that came to the community, you know, when Osney was throwing the N-word around. You know, the one that called me the other day. Yeah, him. Right? Family, I couldn't believe what Benalim had said. You remember I told y'all, what's backtrack? Remember? I'm telling y'all the story front to back. So backtrack with me a few episodes, you know? I think it was episode 2, right? Mm-hmm. When Jamal and Kayla, Maddie and Malcolm came, right? Yeah. And they left. And I told you, since they had left, Benalim has been bad-mouthing dude. Bad-mouthing Jamal. Every step of the way. To find out that he was going to Oklahoma to one of those people in their group's house to do a ceremony baffled me. It baffled me. Jamal, Had he been talking down to you? Had he been reproving you? Had he been telling you all the things he been saying? Huh? I'm like, what is going on here? How is he? Beneline told me that he went and fellowshiped with their group. He came to my house. Baby, he did?
Yeah.
Came to our house. Say he was fellowship with their group. I'm in my mind. I didn't say nothing.
He was asking us to do it.
Yeah.
He was asking, basically substitute us.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And do the weekly calls. And
I forget. Yeah, but I didn't know that was before. Yeah. Beneline was telling me to join with Jamal and them, and do some. I don't know how deep the joining was, but I told Beneline, they keep a different Sabbath. See, and they don't do the holy days on the same day that we do the holy days. See, so I'm not going to be able to do that unless they repent. That's what I told Beneline, and so I guess he went to go deal with him. He had a plan. I'm trying to tell you, he have a plan. He be working this whole.
We told him that we would try, we would attempt to, but you let him know those were the blockages because he came to our house and said that.
Yeah.
I was pregnant, but I was still like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to get down there. So we were,
That's me trying.
Yeah.
That's me trying. I'm gonna come talk to them, and I'm gonna tell you about. Lest they repent, I'm not gonna join. Right. That's all I was saying. Okay. Right? I feel you, but I'm not gonna do that. You dig what I'm saying? So the brother. So the brother and his group were dealing with him. Family, I couldn't believe that, right? I couldn't believe that. Not that they were dealing with him. They didn't know what he'd been saying. They were innocent. You dig? But I couldn't believe what Beneline was doing. I didn't understand. Especially how he'd been slandering Jamal since they left. Mm-hmm. I was confused. You know what I'm saying? What was this man up to? Y'all got to know what kind of predicament my wife and myself was in, yo. Because, you watch folks are scheming and doing plotting every day. Is a day of chess, mental chess. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So one day at church, a few days before Beneline and Koki were going to Oklahoma, because I hadn't said nothing. I hadn't been invited, right? Beneline approached me at church and said Yasif was going to be going too, right? I said, okay, cool. Beneline said, I want you to go with us, but your wife is pregnant. The Spirit, y'all, had already been urging me to ask to join, right? But, like I said, you don't always understand what the Spirit said. I'm thinking I don't want to hop in there. I don't want to go where I'm not wanted. You understand? And so they ain't asked me to say it. I wasn't going to say nothing. But now Beneline had brought this up, right? I said, yeah. I didn't understand what Beneline was up to. And the Spirit now urging me to go. And it popped up. That's what I told my wife. If they say something, I'm going to go. You feel me? And that day at church, she said something. So I told Beneline the Spirit is telling me to go. He seemed surprised, but I already had spoke about it to my wife, like I said, but I wasn't going to ask unless it was brought up. I felt the Spirit was confirming it, so I went. We made a 7-hour drive and arrived at Brother Malcolm's house, They were doing some firekeeper ceremony. All for us, right? Israelites, that's what Beneline said. This is for Israel. I'm listening to this and I'm confused. You feel me? I'm listening to what the dude said in community. You dig? I'm listening how he talk in community, but I ain't look. At this time, I don't know Yasif that well. I know Jamal, but not that well, right? And I don't want to discourage them. My wife was back home. I'm out there myself. I'm really thinking about like salvation things, y'all. I might just be too friendly, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't want to go and say things and mess up their walk. And they've already been injured by this, man. Right? Okay. So, all of us Israelites that day made a righteous fire for the first time ever. Right? It usually takes folks a little bit of time before they can twist them sticks, and make a fire. But that day, one at a time, each of us 4 brothers, us 4 Israelites, caught a fire. It was crunk. It was crunk, yo. It felt crunk. And I know. I don't know. It was our first time doing it. Me, it wasn't my first. It was my first time getting a fire. I had one time before went with Koki trying it, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It really ain't easy, right? I went trying it, and I started doing it. I set up and sit up, yo, and I got to twist my hands, you know what I'm saying? And that smoke started coming up. I'm like, I started feeling myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the bar, fooling with me, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm over twisting my thing. And then the smoke ceased and desist. and it didn't come up no more. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying hard, shoulders burning. You hear me? Burning more than the fire I was trying to make. You did? And so I know it wasn't an easy thing. But see, them brothers may not have ever tried before. And so you know how things go. Like I'm talking about Jamal and Malcolm. So they caught it that first time. They might not think it's a hard thing. So they might not think it was so spiritual. I don't know. I'm not trying to speak for them. I'm just maybe. I remember what Jamal said afterwards, right? I'm not knocking him. It was real. Like, is it really that hard, P? Is like, because it was his first time. I feel him. You know what I'm saying? But it was amazing. You dig what I'm saying? It was amazing. And we all caught that fire. So I feel that we were meant to do that. I feel in my spirit that them brothers is meant to repent. You see what I'm saying? Because of what we experienced out there. You know, I really do. But at the end of the day, Mosa has been reproving me left and right about you can't help nobody repent. You do what I say for you to do. And whoever gonna go. And whoever ain't gonna go, they was never with me. That's what he said. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna pray for everybody, man. And y'all pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Well, not if you hate me, bro. You know, keep prayers to yourself. All right, well, so let's keep going, though. And where we all made that righteous fire, right? And Ben said he had never seen that before. He ain't never seen that before. He said that fire, the fire returned to Israel. That's what Ben said. Y'all remember that, brethren? Y'all remember that? Yeah. This was suspect to me. I ain't gonna lie. This was suspect to me. I know how he feels about our people. You hear me? I know how he feels about our people, but I assumed the best. I did. So on our way back to Iowa, right? After the amazing event, Ben Lim said to me in the car. Remember, I was trying to wonder, what is this man up to? Remember, I told y'all that. I'm on my P's and Q's. I'm watching. Everything has been going smooth. Cool runnings. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. I'm okay. So on our way back to Iowa after the amazing event, yeah. Brother Jamal's sister. This is what Ben Lim is telling me. Ben Lim tells me that Brother Jamal's sister was racist. Look at all this.
Oh my God.
Look at all this. This is after. Oh my goodness. What is this? This is after Koki did all this racist stuff, yo. You feel me?
They made her the mother. Was that Coach that say?
Huh? No, yeah, you know, that don't even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, you're right. That is something to say.
No, because if you're gonna call her racist, why would you do that?
Man, that is. You're right.
It doesn't.
Man,
make
they
sense.
went down there, yo, and made sis the mother of the dance.
The dance of Kavah.
Hey, you know the dance of Kavah? You know that dance? They went down there and made sis the mother of the dance.
It's divisive because even Dildani, Ben Alim's wife, said you should have did that with Ari. Like, she been living here for all these years before you went and did that, and then you're gonna say the woman you ordained in that role is racist.
So do you see what we're saying?
Divisive.
Because listen, we do not have an inch of problems with, like, my wife has to dance. You see, that's what the purpose of it is, teaching the dance, right? So my wife has to dance. So I was over there happy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Because they group coming over there going to get the dance. You feel me?
And when my husband told me that he did that, I had no answer. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's dope.
Like,
this was Ben Alim's wife that said he shouldn't have done that.
Dildani.
That's not us. That's Ben Alim's wife that said he shouldn't have done that. But that's neither here or there. For us in this conversation, in the spirit, that's between him and the Most High. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So so I'm like, why are you telling me that she's racist now? You just went and gave her the
dance. Like,
listen. Ben Alim says Brother Jamal's sister didn't speak to Ben Alim's wife when she walked in. That's why she's racist. This was a lie. You know, cause look,
they kids didn't speak to me on the buggy.
Look, man, right?
Yeah, I said it.
Oh my goodness.
I just said it hit you like.
Oh snap, man. That's cold, yo. That's cold. So you believe that not speaking to somebody when they greet you is racist. Okay, all right, cool. All right, that's cool. Hypocrisy, yo, right? That was a lie, though, right? Now, what I will say is when she first walked in, she didn't speak to Ben Alim's wife. I know because I saw when she walked in. She didn't even see Ben Alim's wife. I noticed it. That's the Lord. Because I was watching for these things. You remember? I'm wondering how they're even doing this. So when everyone is coming, I'm like, I want to see their face. Like, I want all they did to your people and how they've been talking about y'all. But I ain't been saying nothing. I'm trying to see what kind of relationship y'all got. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, what is going on here? So I was being attentive. Because the whole time, like, what is Ben-Elim up to? I was being attentive. So I couldn't believe that they had been dealing with Ben-Elim after all Ben-Elim was saying about them behind their back. I'm not saying they were wrong for dealing with him like they were folding. No, they didn't know. You see what I'm saying? So I'm watching every moment to see what's going on. Huh? I want to see how Ben-Elim is relating with their group. I had to see their body language. Right? Y'all, I was confused. I'm saying this so y'all can understand the feelings, because I don't even think Jamal and them and Yasif and them understand my temperament in Oklahoma. And I had nobody to talk to, y'all. All these people are influenced by this man. I want you, man, where's my theme music? Not my theme music, the theme for this show. The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone. I want you to understand. You feel me? Like, this is amazing. I'm like, what's going on? Huh? So when she finally noticed Ben-Elim's wife, she went and greeted her respectfully. Jamal's sister did. I witnessed it. I didn't say nothing. I was being nosy and everything, and I saw it. How about that? Right? But that's not what Ben-Elim said in the car. No. He said Jamal's sister is racist. She didn't greet his wife. Remember, Ben-Elim's wife is in the car when he says this, and she says nothing. You know me, I'm like, I'm going to tell you what I was like. Yes. The Twilight Zone. This is High Priest and his wife. What is this? Huh? And she says nothing. I looked at her waiting for her to respond because I knew it wasn't true. You feel me? It's the elder. You give him, might be a little older and take a little time to snap back and respond. Nothing. When she said nothing, y'all look at that character. Look at the character. Y'all see the character? When she said nothing, I then told Ben-Elim, I saw her greet your wife. But she didn't look like she wanted to. She had a bad attitude. Family. It didn't happen. It was a lie. Remember those flies? I told y'all our relationship with Jamal and his group was under oppression. See that? When I say his group, I mean the people he fellowships with. I'm not saying he's a leader. No. But now when Ben-Elim gave that false accusation, I started to wonder what this guy, what was this? Is this why he came here to Oklahoma? Pretending to have a fellowship with Jamal and his group to slander them in front of Yasif? Right? And because I was there, he had to sell it to me. Right? I don't think he expected me to go. You see that? I don't think he expected me to go. Because look, it plays different if I don't go. You feel me? And when the Spirit was telling me to go, I was really like fighting the Spirit now that I look back, because pride. I'm like, hey, man, anybody gonna tell? I ain't going where I want to go. That's pride. When the Spirit tell you to go, tear your backside over there, right? So I ended up going, but I wasn't supposed to go. You see? And so now on the way back, he got to sell something to me so he can run it. I'm telling y'all, he got to run it. Y'all pay attention. I'm about to show y'all what happened so y'all can see what's going on. He has to run it. So he tried to finesse me into believing his slandering concerning Jamal's sister, right? It wouldn't have worked because I always knew that Ben-Elim had lying issues. So even if he told me she did that, I wasn't about to believe that. I didn't caught this dude lying about racism, right? But the Father had me interested in all of their group's body language as they arrived. So I didn't think he would, I didn't think she was racist. I didn't see that. I peeped it. I knew he was lying. Why would I think he was running to slander Jamal? To y'all say, why I think that? Why you think that? I'll explain. But first, But first, Benelim confirmed he was dealing with a lying spirit again in the car on the way from Oklahoma. Remember, I told you I'm going to get to why I think he was getting Yasser. But we talked about something, right? You remember we talked about Brother Yashakar? You remember? Y'all remember Yashakar? He said he's going to have
White slaves.
white slaves. Y'all remember that? I told you how I was patient. Hey, Sis Ola, you remember you thought he got some, Sister Ola, you thought he had got some confused with somebody else? And I said, no. No. Hey, Loki, no. I got some inside scoop for y'all, because y'all had left. Y'all was there when he had made the accusation, but y'all had left. And we had went to Oklahoma this time. You did. And we riding back. So after he tried to slander Jamal, his sister, right? Benelim lied in her in the car. I began, watch this. I began to reprove Koki for how he was handling the men on work crews, right? Because Koki was starting to handle us rough, starting to do things that just, it wasn't right. And at this time, I'm still living there. I have no thought process of leaving. Everything I'm talking about, I'm with leaders, right? We're doing a task. I'm with leaders. I'm speaking to them about how we can make our environment better, things that are going on. I'm not talking about Koki in front of everybody else, right? Respect, and it's not foolishness. What was Koki doing? Oh, he was treating us like day workers, right? We're supposed to be in Zion, right? We're supposed to be here doing holy things, and he's treating us like all we're supposed to do is work their farm. Are you hearing that, Yasif? You hearing that, Jamal? Anybody that lived over there, in case the brothers might, not Jamal, Sabal, my bad, Sabal, you hearing that? In case they think that I'm off, y'all tell them what the complaint was when we was there.
I just started passing out time cards with necessary time served that don't even fit the lives of the people she was giving to. So, if you a woman with a lot of kids, you can't expect that sister to work 30 hours. You see what I'm saying?
They were putting pressure on people there. Remember, I told you, if you don't get down, they're going to treat you away till you move around. You understand? And so that's what they were doing. And, I was trying to be a voice. I was trying to be a voice for the people, right? Because I'm listening to what the men are saying in the background. You heard what we read in the Independence, Missouri thing. If we're not one, we're not his. Look, y'all, I don't care where we live in. I don't care if they say they're righteous community or not. I'm going to look what's going on. And if you ain't acting like that, I ain't going to lie to myself. I'm trying to be his. You understand? And so I'm going to try. I'm not going to sit down there and talk about. You see how I'm coming up here? We putting all these things. We putting all these things together, right? I'm about to say this, and we're going to take a slight break. It ain't going to be a break for y'all. It's going to be, you hear the dude back here?
He just need his outside time, y'all. He's saying, hey, shalom.
So we're going to give him some time. You dig what I'm saying? Brother, we got a task. What you mean by? Yeah, you want to listen in. Huh?
Say bye.
You to do? Going on, fam. So we're going to take a break in a little bit. What I'm saying is, I lost my train of thought. You know what I'm saying? They treat us like day workers out there, fam. We all complained about that we couldn't work. And I want y'all to understand that and know that if you think that we're just doing this and saying these things because maybe we're just problems out there, no. Everybody I saw there, even the ones I've said things about, all the new people, Ormy, the sisters, Loki, Ola, Tifra, the brethren, Kanoki. Man, everybody was trying to learn, yo. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't, but they were more emphasizing on working us like day workers. So when I'm in there reproving Koki on how he was handling the men on the work crew, the new people, that South African group as well, Elijah and all of them, right? I told Koki that he behaves like the only reason people came to the community was to work on their farm. Koki responds, well, that's all they're here for. Oh, snap, yo. Man, I know y'all might be thinking, yo, P, that ain't. Now, that's what y'all are here for.
Well, he probably already knew Ben and Leem's inner feelings. Like, he wasn't trying to really teach y'all righteousness like that.
Exact. Oh, we're going to prove that. We're going to prove it. Trust. Yeah. We're going to prove it, right? So, watch this. Ben and Leem, once again, because I told y'all, Koki don't say, feel, do, be. He don't. Wisdom is lacking, right? And again, this is a bright brother. Smart man. Very athletic and very smart. Look, whenever I get a chance to get in scriptures with them every blue moon, they were very impressive when it came to understanding and learning. They're just not impressive at sin. You see what I'm saying? We come from sin. I come from a sinful place. My wife, we come from a sinful place. We've seen impressive sin. You see, they're not meant to be sinners. And they don't think they are. So they're unimpressive. That's what I mean by being unimpressive, right? So he don't say feel, do, be. And he said that. Ben and Leem hurry up and cut in and said, Koki, you can't say that. You see that? See that? Koki, you can't say that. No, not Koki, those are the wrong feelings. He didn't say, Koki, those are the wrong feelings. No, he said, Koki, you can't say that. You heard what my wife just said? Mm-hmm. Koki, you can't say that. But that's not my proof. No, that's not my proof. Koki responds that, right? So Koki showed how he felt about people from outside of the community at that time. He showed it. We were just day workers. How do you think the Father feels about that? You might think that, oh, that's y'all going over there saying y'all are meant to go reprove them. No, the Lord wouldn't tell you that. But if he did, what do you think he feel about that? So, Koki showed me how he felt. You know what I'm saying? Saying things that was insensitive, right? And how he be mean to men and women. You did. Oh, I forgot a testimony from when Loki was up there, right? Hey, Loki lived in the house of Mikvah at a time. You know what I'm saying?
And Loki is Melinda.
Yeah, Melinda in the chat. Loki was I'm gonna say you something that Loki went through, right? This is what Loki went through. She was living in her house, and she was living with another woman there named Shoshana. Right? That's her name? Shoshana?
Yeah.
Yeah, named Shoshana. Right? And so Loki's a woman of God, right? So she come from the Israelite walk. You dig? And so we don't deal with certain things. And Loki ain't go over there and start acting strange. She walked in how she believed, right? So she found out this woman in community, I want y'all to listen to this. In community, had tarot cards, Kabbalah books, and all those things. And I guess Loki, you can tell him better than I know, because I just heard through the grapevine from somebody. Loki didn't even tell me. Someone else told me, right? That those were in the house, and Loki really felt uncomfortable about them things. And forgive me, Loki, if I butcher the story any kind of way. I'm gonna try to get the essence of it, kind. And so, and I was involved in this. I'm speaking on this because I was involved with this for an extent, for a part of it. And I'm gonna tell y'all how, right? So now, when Loki goes and I guess she told Koki about those things and asked him to to remove those things. Like, that's what I mean by Koki being insensitive, right? He over there like being condescending to Loki, you know what I'm saying, and talking like mocking her
for having a righteous indignation against witchcraft.
Yes, like she was being extra or something. Like these are Kabbalah books and tarot cards in here. It's witchcraft,
and they are supposed to understand the use of element better than us,
right? And so this is how I come into it, right? I even hear Koki how he talking sideways. I reprove him, but what I did, right, was I went to Ben Alim. I went to Ben Alim because I didn't like that. See what I'm saying? Like these sisters has come up here, and I believe in what it say. Isaiah 3. You know what I'm saying? That they're gonna be sisters in Zion coming, right? They may not be married yet. They might be getting married after they get to Zion, but they're gonna be coming, right? And like, we supposed to cover them. Like, we ain't supposed to be handling them no kind of way, yo. And because no sister's about to be going back and forth with a bunch of men or the leaders, right? So we should, cover them. You dig? That ain't talking no sexual covering. It's like this, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't like that. And I was like, I went to Benalim. I was like, yo, like, Koki moving this way. And, you know, he talking about folks behind their back. And I ain't, you know, that's cool. We come from this, Benalim. Like, she's not strange to us. If other Israelites come, other Gentiles come and see that, that is going to be a problem. That's tarot cards, bro. Y'all good with witchcraft? You're like, oh, no, I'm going to talk to her. Da-da-da-da, I'm going to talk to Koki. You know what Benalim did? Benalim went and put Loki on days. Loki. He put Loki on days. So remember I was telling y'all the story when Benalim caught the dream? And he was like the butternut squash dream? So when he asked, are we treating you well? Yes, sis. Loki, we brought your name up in that conversation.
Yes, we did.
I brought your name up in that conversation because I like Benalim. I came and told you that this sister was being done wrong and you put her on days. He was like, oh, days is not a bad thing. It's a blessing so she can go get life from the Lord. Benalim, that's perceived as punishment here. Did you give Koki days? The one that did the offense? Don't he need light? Y'all hear the things we say about Koki? The brother need light. He need light. You feel me? He needs something. You did. You ain't get, no, just Loki. Right? Character. You see what I'm saying? Character. They treated people wrong. It wasn't just Israelites. They treated people wrong. They would treat themselves wrong if they don't agree with you. If someone in their crew don't agree with them, you're done. That is a cult. That is a cult. Yes. You heard me? It's a cult. I asked one of their members, the first day we got here, I asked him, I said, yo, did any of y'all tell Yasha the truth when his family came here for 8 weeks during Shabuah? He said no. I ain't laughing at nobody's downfall. I'm laughing at madness. He said no. Do you see what we're saying? They have people in there fully aware of the wickedness there. And I asked this brother, I ain't going to say his name because I ain't trying to bring his downfall, because at least he tell a brother the truth. You know what I'm saying? I wish he would have told Yasha the truth. You could have snuck in the back and told him, bro, for his family's sake. Right? For his family's sake. But you know what? He might not listen anyway. I try. You feel me? So I feel you. But at the end of the day, I'm like, did anybody tell his family the truth? No. So I told him, say, bro, this place is a cult. And he says, and I quote, I know. Exceedingly stubborn. Huh? Exceedingly stubborn. You feel me? But you don't have to be that way, brother. Sister, Aqua, Ahayah, wherever you are in the world. You don't have to be exceedingly stubborn. You can go just research. You can go pray and say, Peezee and Ari are bringing out some things. And I really need to check out and search out the Spirit. Do not just believe us, family. That is error, too. You see, I'd be wrong to tell you to just believe me. I didn't tell Yasif and Sabal just to believe us. No. But we're going to get to that, right? Benalim looked frustrated when Koki said all we were there to do was be day workers on that farm. Benalim looks frustrated like Koki done said something. Because, Benalim at this point know that me and him are not one. He know better than me. And Benalim has a fear. Way back then, my wife told you about what they said in trial, that we can go out here and do this, what we're doing now. You see? So he looked upset when Koki said that. This is the people that once tell the Israelites are a righteous community, right? This is the place that they say that. Cap. You understand?
Big cap.
Big cap. Then I asked Benalim about YASHAYA Christ. Yeah, yo. This is we're going to end with this one, baby. Yeah, yo. I told y'all I was patient You understand? All praises to Anoki said through his son, YASHAYA, most of the now, right? Our patient. It was over a year after Benelim told the new people, that community, that Yashakar said the Israelites was going to have white slaves. Y'all remember that? I told y'all. If you recall, Benelim said, Koki heard him say it. Yeah. My daddy tell us that's a problem right there. Huh? Right? When I was growing up, my daddy used to tell us the problem with a lie, right, is that you have to remember what you made up. That's a problem when others remember what you said. You see that? And that Yashakar thing was very important to me. And I didn't forget a word he said. But when he told a lie, he had to remember his lie. Con? Benelim was about 82 years old at the time. Yeah? His memory isn't the best no more, right? He don't need to be lying. He don't need to be lying. I took advantage. Father, forgive me. He said nothing needed, Father. Father, I took advantage. I asked him about what Yashakar said. I told him that Yashakar was adamant that he said nothing of the sort, right? Benelim shocked me. He shocked me again. Let me tell you something. I'm going to keep it real. Benelim has shocked me more than anybody in life. You know what I'm saying? Like in the amount of times that he shocked me, man, that brother, man, is electricity. You know what I'm saying? That brother, electricity. You know what I'm saying? Look, he shocked me. He shocked Koki too, man. Koki was sick. Koki was sick. Look what he said. Benelim just said, in front of Koki, right? In front of Koki, myself, Benelim's wife, and Koki's wife, that Yashakar never said those things. That's what I felt like. Madness. You hear me? Madness. They keep going. When we got back to community, the harassment was turning up, y'all. My wife was pregnant with our newest son, right? That's what we're going to stop for today, yo, right? It got to the point, y'all, that the Father told us to cry loud and spare not to the people of community. You hear me? Hey, Koki was sick. Remember he said Koki heard him say it. Koki was like...
He said a few of them brothers heard Yashakar say it.
Yeah, man. You remember Sithri?
They came to our camper. Remember they was all at the camper?
Hey, they was selling the campaign. That play wicked, fam. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They were running the campaign. More than Benelim and Koki said that.
People. It's exactly what Kanan came and told my husband before our council meeting. He gonna go to your door, he gonna rally you up, and he gonna force feed you his narrative and make you roll with it, regardless if it's the truth or not.
And that's what they did. I forgot about that with that Yashakar thing because I was investigating, yo. I ain't just sitting up here talking about waited page. No, I was investigating. So one day I was walking with Sithri to church, right? Man, this young man, bruh, this young man. I'm like, bro, this young man. Hey, Benelim got the juice. He juiced this boy up. I don't know what was on this man's mind. So we walk into the church, right? Oh my goodness, I remember this, yo. He almost made me get kicked out. Hey, look. We walk in the church and I'm asking him about Yashakar, right? And he like, yes, I heard him say it. I heard him say it out of his own mouth. I said, oh, yeah, you did? Okay, that's what's up. I'm going to tell Yashakar that he said that you also heard him say it. He said, you better not tell Yashakar anything, and put his finger in my face like he was checking me. I said, boy, if you don't get your finger out my face, you're going to lose it. Man, he put it down, but, you know, because I told you I'm friendly. Right? I'm always nice. So I guess when I said that, he didn't understand that I was getting to that level. Bruh, you feel me? Like, bruh, you don't put your finger in my face where I'm from. I remember Doe was walking with us. Right? Doe was walking with us and we were walking to the church. And I was going off on your little homie. No cursing. Letting them know, bruh. Like, you put your finger in my face, bro. You feel me? You just gonna put your finger in my face. You know what happened to you? I'm really schooling this young man. He's like 20-something, 22 at the time.
He's very young.
Young man. I'm schooling this man. Like, you're gonna be other brothers come here, bro. You need to check yourself because you can't bust a grape in a wine vineyard, fam. You feel me? You can't fly a kite in wind. You can't do nothing. What you doing, bro? And so he thought I was just talking. right? We just got in the church, yo. We just got in the church, fam, and Doe was gone. Doe left. This dude, he was still talking about it. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't bring it up if you don't want me to go and ask and verify what you're saying. You shouldn't bear false witness on folks. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100. When I know I'm at a point and I ain't all the way like trying to check myself, I can make you feel away. I can, because I say things away. And I was telling him because I didn't like how they was treating our people. You understand? So I was saying things to him. I was like, bro, you can't bear false witness. You know what Noki said, don't like that, brother. Come on, fam. Y'all up in here with all these Eric Kodeshi doing all that. You know, I talk to him like that. He gonna put his finger back in my face. You better not tell Yashkar anything. That time, he knew I wasn't playing with him. You hear me? Because I about posted up. You feel me? I about in the church, bro. Altar right there. Right? Altar right there. You got, what you doing, bro? What you doing? He quickly lowered fingers down, and we never had those type of issues no more. Ever. I ain't touch him. But, my energy changed. They never seen that side. He ain't never seen me that way. I didn't get loud. I didn't get crunk. That's not what happens when you're ready, right? I didn't get that way because we're not going to do that. Lord, forgive me for how I was behaving. I didn't threaten him or anything, and I wouldn't do that ever again. I wouldn't be in that energy with him. But I'm just letting you know their character, their group. They were lying on this man, and they were trying to pressure me into believing their lie, even by putting this little man in my face to put his finger in my face. And I mean, he's little. He's not big. He's not going to do that. You see what I'm saying? And so, we're going to get out of here, man. I want y'all to know that I'm not sitting up here around here trying to make y'all feel that I am something that you cannot be. Right? I struggle just like you. My wife struggles just like you. I went through that and it was hard. I ain't walking around here like I moonwalked that. I'm holy. No, I'm crying from the top of the wall saying, don't put yourself through that. Why, P? Then I figure it out because I love you. I love you. It affected us. You understand? And the Father loves you. Father loves you. He told me that let y'all go through that for your people. You feel me? Because other people are going to leave from there and try to take the way away from your people. You see? So you stand up there and tell your people the truth. Cry loud and spare not. Don't worry about the truth of my word. That's what the Father told me. You tell the people the truth so that when they hear you and your wife speak, whether they like you or not, whether it takes them 10, 20, 30 years if we got that long, right? They can know, you know what, even when I ain't like them folks, and even when they back was against the wall and everyone hated them, they told me the truth. They told me the truth. Y'all, man, all praises to the Most High, y'all. We're gonna chop it up and stay right there. When we get back tomorrow, we're gonna hop out. We're gonna go straight to the conversations and the buildings we did with Yasif and Sabal in their houses, and the things that happened after we left there, all the way up to now. You dig? And we about done, fam. We about done. And I appreciate y'all time. And I pray that y'all understanding what we talking about on here and the character the Father's trying to eradicate. You understand? You feel me? And how the Eric Kodeshi speak. And how the Holy Spirit speak. I want y'all to pay attention to the warning. I got brethren calling me now telling me how they've been peeping Eric Kodeshi in their life. I'm like, yeah, that's how it starts. You feel me? Y'all pay attention to what's going on. Y'all get these books. You feel me? These things are going around you every day. They're going on around you every day. The Eric Kodeshi are talking to you every day. You don't even know it. You feel me? And so I pray that y'all explore that, yo, and see what the Father got for y'all, man. Man, I'm just gonna get out of here quick. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long because, like I said, I gotta go edit this thing, and I like to give some kind of encouraging words when we done. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess the best thing I can tell you, you feel me, just flowing in the spirit right now, you dig, is see these folks like the Most High sees them. Everybody, right? Because we done talked about things in here that puts people in a bad light, right? But that is not anybody's state. You see what I'm saying? Their state should be how Anoki said created a state to be, right? So we shouldn't treat people like their present moment is their state. You see, like how they are. No. Forgiveness, yo. And view them like the Father sees them. And in order to do that, you have to be in the spirit, right? Because the devil's showing you all this, ugh. You see what I'm saying? But in the spirit, you will see where they're slipping and going against their created purpose. And you can love them in spite of their sin. Con, man, oh, praises, y'all. Y'all mash on the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so. Hit the bell so you are notified every time we drop something new. Man, all praise to Anoki said. All praise to Anoki said. Man, y'all go to our band camp and all that. Check out the music, man. Shout out to everybody that been showing us love and supporting, man. Man, we praying for y'all. We love y'all. Straight like that. Man, as always, as always, we pray this message for somebody. All praise to CHAAKAMAWATH, which is the Holy Spirit, the YASHAYA Christ, which gives us CHAAKAMAWATH. Our praises to Anoki said that's our praises to the great I am, loving kindness. Ahayah Christ. That's right. Our praise the most of the Lamb. That's our Savior. Yes. Remember, family, we got to love the Most High with all our mind, all our heart, and all our might. And to love our brothers and sisters like the Most High loves them. See them like the Father sees them. Right? And hear them like the Father hears them. Feel for them like the Father feels for them. It's your boy Peezee, the beautiful Ari. I'm not RealJudah. Man, let go.
My Judah, my Benjamin, my Ephraim, Zebulun, I do it all for you. My Asher, my Levi's, my Manasseh, my Naphtali, I got fire that burn for you. It's a car, you know it's true. My Gadites, you know it too. My Simeon, my Reuben, when you call, I'm coming through. I love my father, so I love my brethren. Outside Passover, purge out the leaven. On the mic, I spit like a reverend. I take no praise, to the east I revel. With fear and tremble, I receive my blessings. When I'm down, I know this too will pass. For the Father, I take an L, cause in the end, first will be last. Just know it.
I do it all for you. 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 I would sacrifice my life. I do anything for you. I bet the cost of you. Sacrifice my life for you. I do anything for you. I bet the cost of you.
A Muslim cat, he ran up on me. He said, Peezee P, you got the dollar wrong. You know me, I said, houseway. I got the Holy Bible, you got the Quran. He said, what makes your book better than mine? I said, who mine was inspired by? You best to go research the author, cause that Israelite, he was telling lies. Everything I do for the Abba and the Quam of YASHAYA. If this beat was a human being, they call Peezee P a young Jeffrey Dahmer. The Father got me working miracles, rapping gangster in a spiritual. Fashion counter chain reactions with a passion, got the hood thinking biblical. I praise the Ahayah, my Abba, the Father. He put me through the fiber, gives me the water. Trying to be righteous to enter his borders. My fringes is crippin' with blue on the borders. I'm pushing the word like dope and kilos. Ruwak got my bars 100 below. I am no Socrates, I rap in prophecy, cause the Father, he inspires my flow. So when I speak, it's with confidence. False doctrine is incompetence. I flow and I shine, but like a girl that got it bad, I do it all for him. So when I pray without ceasing. Can't give out food without season. My Father, he's all knowing. So when I'm flowing, he knows my reasons.
I do it all for you. 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 I would sacrifice my life. I do anything for you. I bet the cost of you. Sacrifice my life for you. I do anything for you.
I do not do it for the praise of men. I do not do it for my own gain. I do it for ones who have lost their head. So call my flow spiritual road game. My bars will cut you like some cocaine, cause everything I spit is raw. Me in the ditch with the blind knob, cause all I follow is the law. I'm spreading the word like a rumor. Got that outside like a puma. The elder you follow, his insides is hollow. He's killing you slow like a tumor. When you rockin' with me, you rockin' with G, cause my father OG and he gives it to me. And I give it out freely, yo, take it from me. My riches, they can never take it from me. To be or not to be. Wicked Satan used to pay me to be. Righteous fake rules are claiming to be. Roman 9 and 6, they not related to me. I'm glorifying the one who created me. Yeah, I fall, I ain't perfect. He continues to give out his mercy to me. Let me tell it, I ain't worth it. Bars from the rock, from who they come. I just pick up my pen and my mouth starts to run. If the Father ordained it, then why would you hate it? Tryna block out me like tryna block out the sun. Stop making music if sales go away. Lactose intolerant, no way. I get on my knees, face the east, and I praise and I tell the Father why I obey. I say,
I do it all for you. 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 I would
sacrifice my life for you.
I do
Christ,
anything
uphold the law for
for
you.
you.
I bet the cost of you. Sacrifice my life for you.